Hello and welcome to Coxie's Picks, and believe it or not, I thought I was getting quite good at making 3D covers. So I have done in the past quite some exciting covers for handcuffs and various bits to make rigid cuffs and custom TCH. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I took this experience that I've gained over the last few sets of handcuff designs that I've done, as well as the rigid Gladusos as well, if I focused my attention on these. This is the Chubb 1k70. They are a 3-lever lock and they are notoriously difficult to pick. Now, a long time ago, a prototype became available, which is the picture there, right, and was snapped up by a world famous museum, the Doncaster Restraint Museum, and the cuffs are in this position. So I asked the museum for a photo. They sent me a photo of it. This part is not there. It's in closer like this. That's a shame. Also, these rivets are not there from factory, so I'm going to have to draw them out. But let's talk through the process of making a cover if you're interested in yourself. So the first thing you want to do is you want to decide how the cuffs are going to be orientated. Well, I'm replicating the rigid, so I'm going to go this way around. So that's one keyhole that way, one keyhole this way. Kind of cool, which means that I've only got to design one cover because it'll be unilateral. Kind of makes my life a little bit easier. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make yourself a test fitment plate. Now this doesn't have to look pretty, but all it is just to make sure you know where your holes are. So you would line this up, place it over, and then make sure that everything all lines up. Which, to be fair, it didn't. But it was close enough for me to actually carry on with my work. So first that we got this, now we need to start building up the interior. Well, the interior of it needs to hug the cuff. So the second version comes through, and we've added a keyway. Alright, so take the fitment plate. We no longer need that. What we're going to do is we'll then go into line this up, like so. You can see that this is still quite boxy at the minute, and the cuff doesn't quite fit, which is a shame. But what you can do is you can learn from this by, oh, hang on, let's do it correctly. So the cuff doesn't quite fit, but if we get it in like this, you can see that I was correct with the shape, and I was correct with the shape. Right, there's a little bit of gap there which needed to address. That's fine. And how far off was I with the keyhole? I was pretty close. Kind of cool. We've still got this hideous straight line, so that needs to be solved. So we change the design again. There we are, version 3, and now we've got a nice recess, so that will grip nicely in the hand. That's kind of cool. So we're going to bang it over. Like so. We're getting closer on the chain fitment, but if we do a bit of brute force, that fits nicely. But there's a problem. What's the problem? We're getting too tight up here. Right, so we just need to adjust these, and that will clip. If we look, so you can see that that is now going to clip on the bow, which is fine. We can just bring this back. Right, so that's the next design change we need to do. So we're going to tweak these, make the angle here nicer, and get rid of these parts. That's cool so far. Also, I really don't like this square. I need to do something about that. So we get the next design. Right, I still haven't got rid of the end bits, but what I have done is I've made it fit nice and snug. So far so good. So we're lined up, brilliant. But in adjusting the length, I've adjusted the keyway the wrong place. Typical, move one thing, change 1,000 things. So that's no good. Right, so to make my life a little bit easier, I made the keyway bigger. Right, and we've got our nice recesses now, and we've still got square edges. Oh, I really need to do something about them. But anyway, let's go in. Cuff goes in. It sits snug as a bug. Absolute dream. We've got our recess there now. The bow will swing freely. And don't touch something when you don't really know what you're doing, Coxie. We moved the keyway the wrong way. Got my left and rights confused. Mirror images and all that. So I need to go that way. Typical. Right. So scratch that one. Oh dear. Right, so the next design, new keyway change, and still square, right? But as you can see, it's starting to look like a cuff cover, right? Ooh. And everything is starting to fit into place, which is useful, right? And still can't line up a keyway. Never mind, we will resolve it. Not a problem, because when it comes down to it, you know that your boy Coxie is going to put the curves and the keyway and all the holes lined up. But you may have noticed something. This hole was to allow the key to rotate. It also is an exploit on the Chubb cuff. So I thought, why not just get rid of it completely so there's no exploit? So we created a recess just inside there. Right? However, this channel here will prove to be my downfall. Right? The problem is that when you get the two halves together like this, right? Nobody told me that a chain can sit at a funny angle and suddenly become wider than the cuff. Why didn't I think of that? Right? Which means that I need to make a recess channel in here and here to accommodate the extra 4mm that this can have when it's moving backwards and forwards. So, typical. I thought that was the one, but never mind. So, in the spirit of getting all of these mistakes, I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you the one that worked. There we go. Now, let's move this out of the way. I have just realised I haven't got a key, but I can quickly acquire a key. Ooh. There we go. Right, so these particular cuffs have been drilled to allow them to go through. I don't like these fixings, so I've ordered some Chicago rivets to come through because I think they look a lot cleaner. What do I mean by Chicago rivets? Well, these are Chicago rivets. They're flat on one side, so they look like a rivet, and on the other side they have a screwdriver face, but they still, from a distance, look like rivets. So they are kind of cool. So, got our 6 in. Everything's all snug as a bug. It's really good to grip hold of. Absolutely great. Love it to bits. There we go. Does it function? Put the keyway in. If I'm going to change anything now, I'm going to put the arrow back, which you're going to say, what arrow? That arrow, just so that I can remember which way to turn the key. But then again, maybe that adds to the illusion. Right? Does the double lock still function? Well, because I took away access to the slider, you have to use the key, which means this is now no longer really useful because you've got to use the key to set the double lock. But as you can see, the double lock sets lovely. You can put the key in, release the double lock, and then turn it again, and it completely opens up. Now, this is a very long rigid. So much so that if I put it next to a TCH, you can see that it is exceptionally long. I'm just going to include a photo now of it next to the S10 and the Yule M05, I think, no, it's the M03, right, as well as the TCH, so you can see the differences in length. But I'm exceptionally happy. Now, not everyone's got access to a drill. Not everyone wants to drill a cuff. What if we were to remove these 4, these 2, reposition internally, right, with some gaps, and then maybe, just maybe, we could go without a drill and attacking these, and we could have rigid at 1, take the cover off, and then a set of cuffs working normally. Do you know what? I like that idea, and that'll be in a part 2. Thank you very much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.